Okay, so we will begin, guys. Happy Valentine's. Thank you for sharing your Valentine's afternoon with me. So we will be dealing with carb cycling, what it is, and how it actually works, right? Okay, just give me 1 second, guys. 1 second. Right. Okay, guys. So yes, we would be dealing with carb cycling today. I know it's a topic a lot of people have interest in. So we will be speaking a little more on it today. All right. If your mics are unmuted, please mute your mics. So before we start, I will tell you a bit about Destyne Fit. So, and for those who don't know me, I think everybody online here should know me, but for the purpose of our recording and for Facebook Live, I am Shirin Bayard. I am a nurse educator and the founder of Destyne Fit and Be Empowered. And Destyne Fit is actually the name behind it represents that we are destined to be healthy and fit, and our clients learn how to change their lifestyle for a fit and a healthier version of themselves. We coach our clients one-on-one through their journey to optimum fitness using our fitness challenges. So our aim for this afternoon is to be knowledgeable of the benefits of carb cycling, to be able to define carbohydrates, to be able to list the good carbs and the bad carbs, and to be able to identify the foods used for carb cycling. So when it comes to healthy eating habits and maintaining proper weight, you probably hear a lot about the role of carbohydrates. So in order to understand carb cycling, you need to be familiar with the role of carbohydrates and what are carbohydrates, basically. So carbohydrates are naturally occurring sugars, starches, and fiber in your food. So in the body, starches and sugars are broken down in the digestive system to glucose. And glucose is a fuel that provides energy and powers all of the body's function. So glucose is also called blood sugar. There are two types: complex carbohydrates and simple carbohydrates. Complex carbohydrates include starches and fiber. Simple carbohydrates include sugar that occurs naturally in fruits, in vegetables, and milk, as well as brown sugar, white sugar, honey, and any sugar added to foods during the processing, right? So that is the difference between simple and complex carbohydrates. So we do need carbohydrates. We need carbohydrates for our body to function properly because we need glucose to give our cells the energy that it really needs, right? So what are good carbs versus bad carbs, which is the ones that you should actually avoid, right? So these are the terms that differentiate the which probably the diet promoters have made popular: bad carbs and good carbs, right? Usually good carbs means the food that help they contain a lot of high fiber. Good carbs take longer to be broken down by the body, and good carbs are used for energy. So they are found in whole grain breads and cereals and products made from whole wheat flour, vegetables, and fruits, basically. So bad carbs refers to the foods that contain refined carbohydrates with a low fiber amount, mainly in white flour and sugar. So these are found in foods like white bread and cakes and cookies and other bakery items made with white flour, with white processed flour, that is, and even in rice and some cereals. So good carbohydrate, with good carbohydrate, digestion is slow. It is high in fiber, and you get feelings of fullness with good carbs. It's a natural sugar. It promotes low insulin levels, and these carbs are used for energy. And it has a low glycemic index, and we'll talk about that. And it also helps with weight loss. With bad carbohydrates, the digestion is fast. It's generally refined or processed. Hunger strikes sooner than if you have good carbohydrates. It is also added sugars. There's a spike in your blood sugar, which means you have high insulin levels, and carbs converts to fat cells, and you have a high glycemic index. And it generally aids with weight gain, right? So that's the difference with your good carbs and your bad carbs. So the glycemic index, I'm not sure if you heard the term before, but this is something that you should get familiar with. The glycemic index is a value assigned to foods based on how slowly or how quickly those foods cause an increase in your blood glucose levels. So foods low on the glycemic index scale tend to release glucose slowly and steadily. Foods high on your glycemic index release glucose rapidly. Low GI, which is glycemic index foods, tend to foster weight loss, while foods high on your glycemic index scale helps with energy recovery after exercises or to offset hypoglycemia, right? So long distance runners would tend to favor foods on the high glycemic index, while people with pre or full-blown diabetes would concentrate on the foods with the lower glycemic index. So people with type 1 diabetes, they can't produce sufficient quantities of insulin, and those with type 2 diabetes, they are resistant to insulin. So with both type of diabetes, the faster glucose release from the high glycemic index food, it leads to a spike in your blood sugar levels. So the slow and steady release of glucose in the low glycemic foods, it helps maintain good glucose levels. And so this is something that I want you to remember. If you are pre-diabetic, you are diabetic, or you are disposed to diabetes, you would want to choose foods with a low glycemic index. A low glycemic index is anywhere around 0 to 55. A medium glycemic index is 56 to 69. And anything over 70 is a high glycemic index, right? So you want to be very mindful of the foods that you choose to eat very, very carefully. So you can look at your packages and it will let you know the your numbers in regard to your glycemic levels, right? So I would suggest to you, because there's a long listing on Harvard website, on Health Harvard website, there is a listing of about 100 plus foods with their glycemic index. So when you have some time, you can just go and search it. Go and search Health Harvard glycemic index foods, right? And you would get it. There's a long, long listing that if you're really, really interested in how you eat and what you eat, then I would suggest that you go and look at the listing, because it's very extensive and it gives you the breakdown of all the foods and their glycemic index levels. So right now we will touch on some foods which are very popular, right? So on your high glycemic level, which are the foods which is 70 and above, you have bread, you have fries. In fruits, you have watermelon, right? You have cherries, you have honey. All of these are on the high glycemic end. So if you are predisposed to diabetes, you would want to decrease on these things. If you are active in a gym, then the days you are doing weight training, you would want to get these things in, because it is good to refuel the body for energy, right? If you are looking at losing weight, then you want to know the right times to eat those things. So if you do exercise, then you would want to eat it right after you exercise, but not on the days that you have rest periods. So medium glycemic foods, which is 56 to 69, you have the pineapple, you have bananas, you have oats. In your low end, which is 55 and under, the foods that you can eat basically is a lot of vegetables. You'll see there, right? So mushrooms, avocados, broccoli, eggplants, these are some of the vegetables that is on the low glycemic end, so you can have that at all times. But we will talk further on how we can actually implement these things in our diet, right? But I would advise you to go and look up the foods on the Harvard site. So carb cycling is a dietary approach in which you alternate carb intake on a daily, weekly, or monthly basis. So it is commonly used to lose fat. It is also used to maintain your physical performance while you diet for some people. Or it can be used to overcome a weight loss plateau. Some people adjust their carb intake day to day, while others may do longer periods of low, moderate, and high carb diets. So in short, your carb cycling aims to time the carbohydrate intake to when it provides maximum benefit and exclude carbs when they are not needed. So carb cycling can help you lose weight as long as you maintain a calorie deficit. And a calorie deficit is eating less than your body burns over a prolonged period of time. So if you want to lose weight, then you need to eat less than you burn, right? You want to watch your portion sizes. Eating plenty of protein can also be useful as well. So carb cycling is a very strict diet, I must say, and it is really, really used by serious athletes, serious bodybuilders who want to drop their body fat and gain more muscle mass. So if your intention is dropping body fat and gaining more muscle mass, then carb cycling is ideal, but it is a strict diet, all right? So example of carb cycling there. So high carb day, you will have between 250 to 300 grams of carbs, right? Now, let me say this before I even explain that chart, because I don't want to forget this, what I'm going to tell you there. Carb cycling involves going back and forth between high carb days and low carb days. So you would observe that on the chart there. There also may be even no carb days, right? You would usually have a high carb day when you are exercising hard. On those days, your body needs more fuel, so you might eat 2 to 2.5 grams of carbs for every pound of your body weight. And this is something you may want to take note of if you're interested in carb cycling. I would repeat it so you can probably jot it down. On the days that you exercise a lot, especially if you do weight training, you would want to eat 2 to 2.5 grams of carbs for every pound of your body weight. You eat fewer carbs on days when you are less active. So on low carb days, you might eat 0.5 grams of carbs for every pound of your body weight. So on high carb days, you will eat 2 to 2.5 grams of carbs for every pound in your body weight. On low carb days, you might eat 0.5 grams of carbs for every pound of your body weight. So example, my weight is 123 pounds, right? On a high carb day, so the day that I go to the gym, I would have to have between 246 to 300 grams of carbohydrates. And on a low carb day, I will only need to have 60 grams of carbohydrates. So now I can explain the chart. So on your chart, Monday, let's say Monday you go to the gym, you have a high carb day when you come from the gym. So you eat between 250 to 300 grams of carbs. And I will advise you, if you're doing carb cycling, you need to look at your packaging. You need to look at how many carbs there are in your meals, right? On Tuesdays, moderate carbs. So let's say you do exercise on Tuesdays, but no weights involved, then that's moderate carbs for you. So you have between 150 to 175 grams. On Wednesdays, let's say Wednesdays is your rest day, then you have no carbs or low carbs, which is less than 100 grams of carbs. And then you go again. So you go to the gym, you go back to eat high carbs, just cardio, you will have moderate carbs, rest day, no carbs. Example, for me, I do gym Monday to Friday, but I do weights Monday to Thursday. So Monday to Thursday for me, I will do high carbs. Fridays, I will do moderate carbs because it's abs day. On Saturdays is my rest day. I will do low or no carbs. So I will try to keep my carbs under 100, right? On Sundays, I will go moderate again because I do some form of exercise on Sundays. And I will start back again from Monday to Thursday, high carb. So you need to know your routine, or if you don't have a routine, you need to develop a routine in order to if you want to do carb cycling. All right. Let's say for persons who didn't start a gym yet, or they're not doing exercises yet, but they want to try a low carb, then more than likely you will not be using a high carb diet. You will just be going low carb to moderate carbs, low carb to moderate carbs, right? One of our Fit Fam family will share her experience with that. So if you're not active in the gym, focus on moderate carbs and low carbs. Moderate carbs, low carbs, and you can alternate your days with it. So if you're not exercising at all and you have, let's say, you do some walking extra than, extra walking today, then you can go moderate carbs. Tomorrow, no walking, you go low carbs, and you rotate it like that with your foods, right? So for some people, they may get something called carb flu. When you cut back on carbs for a few days, you might have sleeping problems. You might experience tiredness, constipation, bloating, and mood issues because your body is not accustomed to going on a low carb diet, right? For some people. For me, I never experienced these things, right? So you have your different experiences. So if you're tired, then you can use vitamin C. Just stock up on your vitamin C. Once you're on a low carb and you think you're feeling really, really tired, then I advise you, you can use probably 1,000 milligram of vitamin C and you get boosted, right? If you get constipation, then you can use flaxseed. You can use flaxseed, it will increase your fiber intake. Use flaxseed. If you have bloating, then we have something called cellulose. I advise you to use that. It helps extremely well with bloating, right? So these are some of the symptoms of the carb flu. If you realize you start and you're experiencing those things, then you know what to do. So the carb flu doesn't usually last long. Drinking water and a lot of electrolytes can actually help, and you can have lots of green tea. It can help also, right? So because carb cycling is probably a little extreme for some persons, it isn't right for everyone. I will not tell everybody to go on carb cycling. It all depends on your needs. If you are in the 21 challenge with us, we will assess you and we will know if to put you on carb cycling, right? So we don't start off our program on carb cycling. This is something that when we assess you, we realize this is what you need, we put you on carbs, right? Carb cycling. So I will not advise that you try carb cycling if you are pregnant or breastfeeding, if you are underweight, if you are managing a current or previous eating disorder, or if you have adrenal issues, sorry, then I don't think you should use carb cycling, right? So the mechanisms behind carb cycling suggest that it can be beneficial for weight loss. And a lot of people use it for weight loss. So in theory, carb cycling may help you maintain physical performance while providing some of the same benefits as a low carb diet. So as with any diet, the main mechanism behind weight loss is a calorie deficit. So as in eating less than your body burns over a prolonged period of time. And if carb cycling diet is implemented alongside a calorie deficit, then you will more than likely lose weight, right? But you have to have less calories and you need to burn more. So you have to exercise. You have to. So, however, it is more a complex nature because of the issues and the confusion for beginners. So a lot of times, that's why it's so difficult for people, because they don't understand the role of carbohydrates, or they don't understand why, you really have to carb cycle. So knowing all of these things is very beneficial before you actually begin carb cycling, right? Many people could actually enjoy the flexibility of carb cycling, and they can improve adherence and long-term success for some people. So once you catch it, and you realize the importance of it and you see results, then you can go on with carb cycling, because it would be part of your routine, your lifestyle after, especially when you have a goal, all right? So some of the low carb vegetables are broccoli, celery, spinach, watercress, zucchini, arugula, cauliflower, bell peppers, tomatoes, cabbage, mushrooms, avocado, pak choy, right? For the Trinidadians, that's what we call it, pak choy, right? So these are some of the vegetables that are very low carb that you would want to implement. So complex carbs. Some of the complex carbs are whole grains. So unmodified grains are perfectly healthy and linked with many health benefits. These are brown rice, these are oats, quinoa. These complex carbohydrates are very, very healthy. Vegetables, you want to have, every vegetable has a different vitamin and mineral content. So you want to actually eat a variety of colors to get good balance. Unprocessed fruits. So as with vegetables, every fruit is unique, especially berries, because berries are very high in antioxidants and they are low on the glycemic load. So if you can't have berries, then berries is very good. Legumes. Legumes is a great choice of slow digesting carbohydrates, which are full of fiber and minerals. So you just want to make sure that you prepare them properly, all right? Tubers, potatoes, sweet potatoes, etc. These are very, very healthy, and you would want to have them in your diet. But remember, they are complex carbs. So on the days you have in low carb, you cannot have sweet potatoes. You would want to have that on the days you have high carb, or let's say you're not in the gym, then you would want to have a minimum amount on your moderate carb days, right? So I will give you a sample carb cycling menu so you can fully understand. So this three samples, which will be high, low, moderate days, right? So I will give you a sample for each day. So on your high carb day, for your breakfast, you can have, remember, high carb only if you are gymming, weight training. This is when you do high carb. 3 boiled eggs. You can have 3 slices of Ezekiel bread. You can have tomatoes, mushrooms, and a side bowl of mixed fruits, right? This will give you approximately 60 grams of carbs. Lunch, you can have 6 ounces of sweet potato, 6 ounces of lean meat or fish, and you want to have some mixed vegetables. And this will give you 45 grams of carbs. Since you're doing weight training, gym on a high carb day, then pre-workout, so before you go to the gym, you would want to have probably 1 serving of oatmeal with some almond milk. You can put a cup of berries in there, and you would want to put 1 scoop of protein. And this will give you 50 grams of carbs. For dinner, and I must stress, you would see I have in black because I wanted it to be bold. If you are on a weight loss journey, then you will want to have the healthy milkshake for breakfast and dinner, and not these that I'm calling out here. These that I'm calling out here, this example is especially for people who want to build muscle. This is the plan that you will actually go on. If you are on the weight loss plan, then you would, for your breakfast, you would have your shake, and your dinner you would have shake. You would get 25 grams of carbs for your breakfast and for your dinner. All right. So for your dinner, let's say you're building muscles, you'd want to have 1 serving of whole grain rice. Let's say is brown rice, right? It has to be brown rice actually. 6 ounces of lean protein, which can be your chicken breast, and you can have 1 serving of kidney beans and mixed vegetables, and that will give you about 70 carbs, right? So that is for your high carb. So if you have any questions on these things, please write it down so you can ask me after. So moderate carbs. So on the days that you are not doing weight training and you are just doing cardio or abs, you would want to do moderate carbs, right? For your breakfast, you can actually have Greek yogurt, Greek protein yogurt, because in the Greek yogurt, there is one with actually a little more protein, about 8 grams of protein. So you can have a Greek protein yogurt with some berries or some fruits. And you can even put in some seeds in there, right? And you will get about 25 grams of carbs. Lunch, you would have 6 ounces of chicken breast. So you realize you have to weigh these things once you're doing carb cycling, but you would get accustomed. Initially, you will have to weigh, but then you'll get accustomed with your servings. 6 ounces of chicken. You could do a chicken salad with 4 ounces of like diced potatoes, right? And that will give you 25 grams of carbs. Pre-workout, because you're still going to work out, but it's not weight training, you will just have a banana, and you can make the banana into a shake with some protein, right? So you can use some almond milk, and you just put your scoop of protein with your banana, and you will get 30 grams of carbs there. For your dinner, if you're not losing weight, you just tone in and you just want to build muscles or weight maintenance, you would have 1 serving of sweet potato fries, 6 ounces of your lean protein, 1 serving of kidney beans, and mixed vegetables, right? So this is just an idea of what you can have if you're using moderate carbs. So for your low carb day, breakfast, 3 eggs with 3 slices of bacon and mixed vegetables, which is 10 grams of carbs. You have for your lunch 6 ounces of salmon, it could be fish or it could be chicken breast, a salad with about 1 teaspoon of olive oil, and that will give you 10 grams of carbs. For your snack, you can have 1 ounce of mixed nuts with 1 serving of, let's say, a turkey slice. That will give you 10 grams of carbs. And for dinner, You can have your 6 ounces of your protein meat. You can have half an avocado, mixed vegetables, which is give you about 16 grams of carbs. So you realize in there, we have no carbs. You don't have no rice, you don't have no sweet potato, we just have basically vegetables and protein, right? For weight loss, again, your healthy meal shake this time will be without your protein drink mix. And for those of you who are in the 21 program, you would know there are 2 different stuff that we use for our shakes. We use a protein drink mixed with the healthy meal. On the days that you're having no carbs, you will not add in the protein drink mix. You will just use your healthy meal mix drink, and that will give you about 11 grams of carbs. So this is just an example of how you can have low carb. I will just put some photos. They are vegan, so just excuse it. Just think about adding your probably your chicken breast there if you're eating meat. This is actually mushrooms. So to make a burger, you can use the mushroom caps to make a burger on your low carb days, right? So there's mushrooms there in here. That is tofu eggs, scrambled eggs. So you can replace it with your regular eggs. This is just examples of the vegan. This is a cauliflower pizza. So you can have cauliflower pizza. This one there this is a snack, sorry, that's not a lunch option. This on the right hand side, it's the rice cake, the Quaker's rice cake with peanut butter and some seeds, pumpkin seeds. This is cauliflower rice again with vegetables. Cauliflower rice, and you just mix the vegetables in, right? Cauliflower rice is really, really a good option when you really want to see rice on your plate. And it's very, very low in carbs. So for our persons who want to lose weight, and if you want to gain weight, we have a plan that we use to actually put together with your meal plan, right? So as I told you before, we use the shakes for our breakfast and our dinner if you are on the weight loss journey, right? You will see there are 3 options for the weight loss plan. It's the quick start, the ultimate, and the advanced. Your quick start is just your healthy meal drink, your protein drink mix, your tea, and your aloe. I will talk about it in details on the next slide. The ultimate package is 2 healthy drink mix, 1 protein drink mix, your tea, and your aloe. And your advanced is your 2 healthy drink mix, your protein drink mix, your tea aloe, and your polyester duo, which is a fat burner and it targets belly fat, right? And in there, I did not add it in, but we also recommend the cellulose, which is for bloating and water weight. If you want to just tone, build muscles, then you use our lean muscle mass kit, which is our healthy meal, which is a Formula 1, your protein drink mix, your aloe, and your tea. And once the person does workout in the gym, like your weight training, you use Rebuild, which is to be taken within 30 minutes of exercise, right? So these are just some of the products that we use, right? So in the 21-day challenge pack, we use the shakes, the tea, and the cellulose. So let me tell you a little bit more on it. If you are vegan, there is a strictly vegan line with pea, quinoa, and rice protein. The only difference with this line is you don't have a variety of flavors as with the non-vegan line. The non-vegan line, you have 12 different flavors, right? You have cookies and cream, chocolate, you have wild berry, pina colada, and the list goes on. You have 12 different flavors. But in the vegan line, there is only natural vanilla flavor. So you would be required to probably add a fruit, you know, to give it a different taste, because you wouldn't want to have this for, you know, every day the same flavor, right? So this is how we do our weight loss plan. We have the 2 shakes a day for your breakfast and your dinner, right? You have your 2 teas, which is for breakfast, and you could have it for lunch or for snack in the afternoon, together with your snack, that is. You have your healthy meal, your healthy lunch, and remember your healthy lunch, I always tell our clients that to eat from a smaller bowl, right? So we don't eat from a regular plate. So we have our 1 starch, we have our vegetables, your legumes, and your protein. So half of your plate should be vegetables, right? There are different flavors of the tea. There are 6 different flavors. So you have the original, the raspberry, lemon, peach, cinnamon, chai, and in your aloe, you have the mango, cranberry, mandarin, and you also have the original. So let me tell you what the products actually do. So for your tea is a natural energy booster. It burns fat, it reduces your appetite, and it's a natural antioxidant and a natural detox. Once you have it together with your aloe. So the tea and the aloe is a combo. Your aloe is good for internal cleansing, your digestive health. It is anti-inflammatory and it soothes your digestive system. So if you have digestive issues, the tea and the aloe will help. And the tea has green tea in it. So then it will combat your carb flu if you were to get carb flu, right? So a lot of the clients like it because it really acts as a detox for them. So if you're not accustomed going to the washroom daily, it would send you to the washroom daily, right? Your shake. The reason why we actually use a shake, this is not a smoothie and it is not a straight protein shake. It is a healthy meal replacement. So it's a healthy meal in a shake form, basically. It has 21 essential amino acids, 20 essential vitamins, minerals, and herbs. And when you put it together with the protein drink mix, we get 200 calories if you are counting calories, right? So this is what we use for breakfast and dinner. A lot of times we use it for breakfast and dinner because we realize those are the times during the day when we really eat flour, right? We're not against using flour. We do use flour. We use whole grain flour, or you can use your Ezekiel bread, or your spelt, but not white flour. Right? So we replace our breakfast and our dinner with the healthy shake. So how do we make this shake? We use 8 to 10 ounces of cold water. We use 4 ice cubes, 1 scoop of our protein drink mix, 2 scoops of our Formula 1, which is the healthy meal, and you just blend it and that's it. It is excellent for people on the go. You just blend it and you go with it. You can have it in a car, right? So I think this is one reason why I was able to stick with it for so long of a time, because I'm using these shakes over 2 years now, and you know, because it is very, very convenient, right? So your cellulose. The cellulose supports your body's natural detoxification through your kidneys and the urinary tract. So it is a healthy elimination of water for persons with water weight, and it is excellent for bloating. We have this 3 times through the day, after your breakfast, after your lunch, and after your dinner, right? And I will share a testimonial with you from one of our Fit Farm.
A pleasant evening to everyone. I am Joyce Ling. It is a pleasure to be here this evening and to share with you my journey with Shireen's Fit family and their 21-day program. My journey began on November 27th, 2020, with a warm welcome from the Fit family. My objective was to develop a healthy lifestyle, gain the desired weight of 130 pounds by throwing off the COVID pounds brought on by spending more time indoors and being less active. I was given a meal plan guide and advised about what nutrients are needed for a healthy body.
Must.
Benefits of the different types of foods. The importance of getting the right nutrition at the right time was also stressed, not forgetting the benefits of daily exercise. It's challenging, but enjoyable. There are daily demonstrations, and it is quite encouraging to look at the Fit family as they perform their daily routine exercises, spurring on each other to achieve their goals. When I began the challenge, I weighed 143 pounds and my waist was 32 inches. After 1 week, I lost 3 pounds. My weight was now 140 pounds and my waist was 31 inches. As the days went by, there wasn't any obvious change in weight. I communicated this to Shireen, my coach, who is very alert and helpful, and I was placed on a low carb cycling diet. I then began to alternate my carb intake on a daily basis. One day I had no carb, and the following day I had a low carb meal. 2 weeks later, I lost 4 pounds. My weight was now 136 pounds, and my waist was 30 inches. At present, my weight is 134 pounds, and I have a 29 inches waist. This carb cycling diet, together with the meal plan, the daily exercises, is very effective. It works. Thank you, Shireen, for your dedication and encouragement on my 21-day challenge. Thanks to everyone for listening.
Okay, so that was Joycelyn's experience. And as I said before, so Joycelyn is using her shakes. She's using her shakes for breakfast and for dinner. And she's doing carb cycling with her lunch. So this is what Joycelyn is currently on at present, right? Thank you very much, Joycelyn, for sharing your experience with us. So our 21-day challenge, and this is what Joycelyn spoke about. It includes a meal plan, a shopping list. You're added to a support group, and that's when she was referring to the exercises that we post daily. We have workouts. So in addition to our 21-day challenge, we have a fitness or workout challenge also. All right. So this is where we have about approximately 14 different exercises, and you choose how many you want to do. And we increase with reps daily, right? And this challenge really, really helps to motivate people who really need to get a push with their exercise, right? So this is done in our support group. We also do one-on-one coaching, as Joycelyn said. So you would be assessed and we would know, where to place you in terms of our meal plans, right? So today is Valentine's, and you see I have there be your own Valentine, because at the end of the day, our health belongs to us. Nobody can actually, push you or force you to have or to live a healthy lifestyle. It all depends on you, right? So there is no better way to treat yourself, right? There's no better way to treat yourself than treating yourself in a healthy lifestyle. We choose 21 days, 21-day challenge, because it takes 21 days to make and break a habit. So we focus on a healthy lifestyle as opposed to focusing on weight loss, right? I always tell our clients, once you focus on a healthy lifestyle, then the weight loss will come, all right? It will come. That is actually the result of living a healthy life. So we focus on 21 days to develop new healthy eating habits. So when it comes to eating right and exercising, there is no I'll start tomorrow. Tomorrow is a disease, right? So why wait? If you want to feel great and feel healthy, then you can kickstart your journey today. And this has brought us to the end of the presentation. Thank you very, very much for listening, guys. Do you have any questions or comments? Feel free to unmute your mic. Any questions on the meal plan? Any questions, or do you understand carb cycling a little better now? Feel free to talk to me. Okay, so you're mighty quiet. So I am assuming that you understand everything and you are clear, right? So if no questions or comments, I would like to thank you very much for coming. I would like to invite you to next week. We have a special guest next week, right? You were supposed to join with us today, but because today was Valentine's, I didn't want her to we won't have Valentine's, but so we'll do it next week. So next week she will be with us. We will be speaking about fitness for beginners. And she is our certified fitness trainer for our Destyne Fit program. So she would join us next week. However, we will be starting at 5 p.m. next week because of the time difference, because of where she lives, right? So we will be starting 5 p.m. next week, guys. Please look out for your invite to join us next Sunday. Thank you very much for spending your Valentine's afternoon with me. I appreciate it. And see you next week, guys. Bye-bye. I didn't check this.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.